We'll start with our next session. In this session, we'll see various Python operators. We'll see arithmetic operators, assignment operators, relational operators, logical operators, identity operators, membership operators, bitwise operators. Operators can be unary operator, binary operator, or ternary operator, depending on number of operands on which it is operating. It's like unary operator is an operator which operates on single operand. Like when you want to represent negative value, means when you are saying -10, in that case this minus sign is acting as a unary operator because it is operating on single operand. Binary operator, we know when we say 10 plus 3, it means it is operating on two operands, so it is a binary operator. And even Python, we can implement ternary operator by means of shorthand if else. We'll see it afterwards how we can design this ternary operator in Python. We'll start with arithmetic operators first. See this table. These are the arithmetic operators available in Python. In and all, we are having around about 7 operators. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all are straightforward. Modulus, this operator returns remainder of a division. Exponentiation, in this case, left operand rise to power of right. The last one is a floor division. That one is the new for us. In this case, floor division is a division that returns into whole number, means you will get a rounded value over here, not rather rounded, you will get the whole number adjusted to the left in the number line. Okay, so we'll see all these operators one by one. We'll just take two variables here, x and y, with some values like 15 and 4. We just print outcome of all these operations, like say x plus y minus y, multiplication, division, here x minus y, x multiplication, multiply by y, x divide y. Then we'll go with modulus operation, then exponentiation operation, and then floor division. And check the outcome over here. You get all the results. The first three are straightforward: x plus y minus y, multiply by y. In case of fourth operation, you understand this division is an integer division, but result comes in fractional format. X modulus y. Now check this operation. What we are doing, 15 divided by 4. In this case, your remainder will be 3, which is outcome of this operation, x modulus y. Then next one is a exponentiation operation. So this is somewhat like this. So 15 raised power of 4. So that results to 50,625. And then finally floor division. Now floor division is just nothing but a division only. So the outcome of division is 3.75. But in case of floor division, you will get rounded value. Rather, instead of using word rounded, we'll say whole number. Okay, and you will get this 3 as a result. So these are all arithmetic operators available in Python. In and all 7 operators are there. Okay, so we'll next move to next category, that is relational operator, or you can say comparison operator. Now see, every relational expression results into true false value, means result of every relational expression is either 1 or 0, or say true or false. We are having total 6 operators: equal, not equal, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than, equal to. Quite straightforward one, but still we'll just work out with this also. Here once again we'll go with some xy value, x10, y12, and we'll just print result of all this operation. As we have mentioned, result will be true, false. Okay, so just execute this code and you'll get some true false outcome over here. X is equal to y, that's false. X is not equal to y, that will result true. X is greater than y, less than y. So that's straightforward, you can understand it. Every relational expression results in true false values here. So that's a straightforward one. Next category is a logical operator. Now there are 3 logical operators: and, or, not. All logical expression also result into true false. Here and operator returns true if both statements, both expression results into true. It's like if you are saying x is less than 5 and x is less than 10, if both expression returns true, then and then outcome will be true. In every other case it will be false. OR operator return true if any one of expression is true. Means when you are saying x is less than 5 or x is less than 4, or rather in this particular expression, obvious it will returns true if one is true. And not is a operator which reverse the result, means it makes true to false and false to true. We'll see here. Now we'll make this two operands as Boolean operands. Will keep value of x as a true and value of y as a false. Carry out this operation x and y, x or y, and not x. So see, in first case true and false, that will obviously result into false. In second case x or y, one is true, so result will be true. In third case x is true, so not will make it false. So just check the result. So you'll get false, true, false depending on value of x and y. Even this expression can be like this also. Suppose say if you further will go with some new values. Okay, three variables we have taken here. You can say like this: a is greater than b and b is smaller than c. Say like this: b is greater than a and b is smaller than c. So in our case, b is greater than a, that's true, and b is smaller than c, that's also true. We'll see why this warning is there, but first check the result. So result is now true because both expressions are true. Now in case of Python, even this chaining kind of statement, see in both expressions there is a b. This b is over here also, b is over here also. So we can write down, this warning is suggesting us that, see here, if you keep mouse over here, you're getting that you can write down this expression as a simplified chained comparison. Means if I click over here, you can see this same expression is coming like this. Okay, see we have written like this: b is greater than a and b is smaller than c. So same expression in Python you can write down like this also. End result will remain same. So that's another option to write down this AND expression by using chain. Obviously, for chaining, this expression should fall into that chain category also. Okay, so this is regarding with this logical operators AND or NOT. Next category is identity operator. In this case, we are having two operators, is and is not. Now, this is one interesting operator. See, is operator returns true if both variables are the same object. Now, that is important word. Both variables are same object. So it's not comparing value, rather than it is comparing the object. And is not returns true if both variables are not the same object. We'll see what is meant by object by just checking one example. Here we are having two variables x and y having same values, and if I print x is y, is printing true. Is printing true. Now what we said, is operator is actually not checking values, but it is checking objects. See what it means. We are having one library function that is id. Every object what we are creating in Python is having one unique id value. Every object is having one unique id value, and by using this id function you can print that id. So here you can say id of x is some value like this here. Now if you check id of y also, you check id of y, both are having same id. Both x and y having same ids. So this true value for, see, this is what we have printed actually. This true value what we are getting is not for 10 value but for this id. Okay, see here we can check this difference. We'll do one thing. Here I am creating another variable like a and b with string, and then we'll create two lists. Okay, now don't bother about what is list, how to define list and all that. That we'll see afterwards. Right now only consider list is like an array. If you see in C++, we have created two integer variables having same value, two string variable having same value, two list variable having same value, and we are printing outcome of x. Oh sorry, is everywhere. X is y, a is b, and L1 is L2. If you run this code, you are getting true for both first two expressions and you are getting false for last expression. Now I'll do another thing. will print same expression by using relational operator here. And now check the output. In case of relational equal to operator, in all three cases you are getting true as the output. But in case of is operator, for this expression you are getting false. For both other expressions you are getting true. So what it means that if you compare all these variables by using value, they are same. That's why relational equal to operator returns true in all three cases. But if you compare in terms of ID of all these six variables, first two remain same, next two remain same, but in case of list, L1 is having different ID value, L2 is having different ID value, so that's why L1 is L2 returns false. So understand, this is very important aspect. This is main difference between relational equal to operator and is operator. This equal to operator compares two values, and this is operator compare IDs of respective variables. Okay, and likewise is not is there, it returns true if both variables are not same object. Next category, that is a membership operator. This operator checks whether X is member of Y or whether X is not a member of Y. There are two operators, in and not in. It's very easy to understand by string. A string is a sequence that we have said already. So A is equal to hello, this is my string. So here we are printing here how to use this operator. Here what we are checking, whether this substring is in A. A is a string containing this word hello, and we are checking whether HE, this substring, is available in A. So obviously it is available, so your outcome is true. Suppose if I say some ABC over here, it will return false. If I say not in that case it will return true. This is how in and not in operators are working, membership operators. So now next category of operators is a bitwise operator. Bitwise operator operates on bit values. In all, 6 operators are there: AND, OR, XOR, NOT, left shift and right shift. AND operator returns 1 if both bits are 1. OR operator returns 1 if one of two bits is 1. XOR operator returns 1 if only one of two bit is 1. See this difference in OR and XOR. Means in case of OR, 1 1 is 1, but in case of XOR, 1 1 is 0. Okay, because OR operator returns 1 if one of two bits is 1. XOR operator returns 1 if only one of two bits is 1. NOT operator is negation operator. It involves all the bits. It means it makes 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. Left shift operator shifts bits to the left side by given value and pad it by 0 from right side, and reverses in case of right shift. So we'll check all these operators. So here we'll take two variables x and y, and we'll store value in terms of binary numbers. Here binary numbers, we know we need to precede it by 0b. So here see, we are writing one number 0b 1010. In case of decimal, this is number 10. Another variable we are taking 0b 0100. This is in decimal format. If you want to understand, it's the 4 number. We will carry out all these operations x and y. Okay, bitwise AND operators, 6 operators are there, so we'll copy it for 6 times. Bitwise AND operator, bitwise OR operator, bitwise XOR operator. Then we'll say not x, so it will reverse all the bits. Then we'll right shift every bit of x by 2. Then we'll left shift every bit of x by 2. So just execute this code. Now see, all the answers what you are getting are in decimal format. If you want to check all these answers in binary format, you can use one library function, that is bin. It will return every output in binary format only. So we'll call this bin function everywhere. Now all outcome will be in binary format, and you can better understand now how it is working. Now see, in case of x and y, as we have said, 1 1 is 1. In every other case it will be 0, so there is no 1 1 anywhere over here, so result is 0. In case of OR operators, see here, I will just show you how it is working. This is your bit representation of x, this is your bit representation of y. Check how it is working. In case of in case of OR operator, 1 0 is 1, 0 1 is 1, 1 0 is 1, and 0 0 is 0. So end result is 1 1 1 0. So you can see here 1 1 1 0. In case of XOR operator, we have said 1 1 is 0 and 0 0 is 0. In Baki all case it returns 1. So you can see here 1 0 1. So it will go on the same line like OR in this particular case. In case of NOT operator, negation operator, 1 0 1 0. So your end result will be 0 1 0 1. Now according to this complement operation, this number comes as a negative number, so that's why this negative sign is over here. Next operation, that is right shift operation, where every bit is shifted right by 2. So this will be, after shifting this, see, after shifting these digits right side by 2, it will pad from left side by 0 here. So your number will look somewhat like this. Okay, so that is what we are getting over here. And reversely you can check with left shift operating. So this is bitwise operations. Now see here, you can directly use decimal numbers also. You can directly say 10 and 4, and end result will remain same here. And if you want to print outcome in decimal format, just eliminate this bin function, you will get output in decimal format. Okay. So these are 6 operators known as bitwise operators, operating on bit values of your number and return result. Now next category of operator is assignment operator, or you can say shorthand operator. Now this is just another way to use this operator. First of all, when you are saying x is equal to 5, value 5 is assigned to x, so this is assignment operator. Now we are having all sorts of the shorthand operators like plus equal to, minus equal to, multiply equal to. So it's a shorthand notation. When you say x plus equal to 3, it means that x is equal to x plus 3, x is equal to x minus 3. So we can implement this operation like this: x plus equal to 5, x plus equal to 5. So this is a shorthand operator. Plus equal to is a shorthand operator. If you print value of x, we will get 15. So on that line, you can go with minus operator, multiplication operator, division, modulus, exponentiation, this floor division, and bitwise OR, bitwise XOR, left shift and right shift. So all these operators you can use as a assignment operators. Lastly, we'll see what is meant by operator precedency and associativity. So see, now we have seen various kind of operators like arithmetic, relational, logical, identity, membership, bitwise, assignment operator. Now if you create some expression by using various operators of this collection, means like suppose if I'm saying something like this: x is equal to 5 plus 3 divided by 2 into 5, and something like that. So question is that which operation will get executed first, means whether 5 plus 3 will get executed first, or 3 divided by 2, or 2 into 5. So that will be decided according to this precedency table. In case of number of operator, in case suppose if your expression contains number of operations by using different kind of operators, which expression will evaluate first is depending on this particular operator precedency table. So according to this operator precedency table, you can see in our case multiplication will work first, multiplication, division, they are at same level, modulo operator, and then addition and subtraction. So in our case 3 divided by 2, 2 into 5, this expression will get evaluated first, and then 5 plus whatever is. Now next question is that multiplication and division, these both operators are having same precedency level, then which will get executed first, means whether 3 divided by 2 will get executed first or 2 into 5. So that depends on this criteria of associativity. Associativity means sequence in which your expression will get evaluated from left to right or from right to left. So in case of, see, if you check this table, most of the time you are following left to right rule. Only in case of exponentiation, we are following right to left. Okay, so in our case, 3 divided by 2 will work first, and then with whatever result, it will multiply by 5. So according to this table of operator precedency and associativity, it will get defined which expression will evaluate first if your expression contains number of operators. Okay, just for example, we'll write down one complicated expression like this: 10 minus 5 plus 3 into 2 divided by 6 is greater than 20. So this is my expression. So as per our precedency table, you can see parenthesis operator will work first, means 5 by 3 will work first, means expression will be somewhat like this: 10 minus 8 into 2 divided by 6 greater than 20. So that will be next expression. Then after precedency level of multiplication and division is having higher precedency, and according to associativity, 8 into 2 will work first. So next expression will be like this: 10 minus 16 by 6 greater than 20. Then this will get evaluated 16 by 6. So 10 minus 16 by 6, you can say 2.6 something. Okay, I will not go with detailed value here. Greater than 20. Then this will work to result like this: 8.4 is greater than 20, and then whatever result of true false you will get as an output here. So this is a sequence. This is a sequence which is managed by this table of operator precedency and associative. So this is all regarding with operators available in Python and usage of those operators.